Hello viewers, welcome to this channel. My name is Opeyemi, a third year medical student at the University of Ibadan, and in this video I'm going to show you how I was able to get my desired course at the prestigious University of Ibadan. But before that, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel. So now let's go. If you want to score 300 plus, it does not happen spontaneously. There are some strategies and religious studies you must actually follow. That's where your determination comes in, your drive, testing yourself, dealing with past questions. Past questions too are also important. So all these are what we are going to take one by one today. Use them to your advantage, and how also you can score 300 plus in your next Jamb. So now let's talk about determination, and let's talk about the drive behind it. Now, determination. When you are talking about scoring 300 plus in Jamb, sincerely, you must be determined. My first Jamb was 206 and I was downcast because that was not what I expected. Although I was celebrated that I passed, but then it is not enough for the course I wanted at the university. So then I reached out to a lot of people, and I got the idea that Jamb is an ordinary exam, but it becomes ordinary only if you know the strategy to passing it. One of the first strategy you must follow is that you must be determined. You must be determined. Determination, because it is your determination that will continue to drive you. When I sleep, when I wake up, I have that determination that I want to score 300 plus in Jamb. So you have to be determined before you can actually score 300 plus. It's not just what you will do without your decision, without your determination, and you think it's going to happen spontaneously. No, it does not happen like that. Something must be driving you. It's something that you do day by day, and before your exam comes, you must be determined that you want to score 300. So when you sleep, anywhere you go, it must be with you. It must be your daily habit that, oh, I want to score 300. And sincerely, your determination cannot betray you. That's one thing I've understand, that your determination, I've come to understand that your determination cannot betray you, because once you are determined, your determination continue to drive you towards that goal of scoring 300 plus. Now, let's talk about your the strategies that you need to use. That means your workforce, what you need. Strategies for scoring 300 plus in Jamb. Now, you must get the right textbook. It is very, very important, most especially if you are a science student. Of course, I'm a science student, so I can recommend textbooks for you. For physics, you can use new school physics coupled with your past question. For chemistry, you can also use new school chemistry coupled with your past question. For your biology, you can use either essential or modern. Jamb uses modern for setting their question, and most of their diagrams they take it directly from modern textbook, modern biology textbook. And then for your English, you use Dele Ashade invisible teacher for scoring very high score in English, or you can use A to Z of Dele Ashade also. So for this, you can score. And your mathematics, you can use your comprehensive mathematics. You can also use your new general mathematics that we use them in secondary school. Now, those recommended textbooks are very important. Now, once you get those textbooks, now this is the working plan. It is very, very important that you marry your textbook. And when I say marry your textbook, you study your textbook actively. You have an active study with your textbook. I remember when I scored 206, I studied, but I was not studying actively. It was not an active process because I just read. Whether I understand or I don't understand, I don't care. I feel like when I get to the exam hall, I'm going to know the answer to the question, but it doesn't work that way. You must have an active studying, which means once you read a particular topic, you must what? Analyze it, test yourself, make sure you digest what you've read. And then so day by day, you must have a working plan. Actually, for me, when I was studying for before I scored 316, my working plan was that I was actually working. I was working as a student, I was a tutor then. So, but then I already have a religious working plan. So I follow it religiously. When I say religiously, that means you follow it, this like you discipline yourself while following this your timetable. You have a working plan. Okay, when I come back by 2, I rest, and by 3 to 10 o'clock I make sure I read. Although sometimes, I just, it is inevitable that I attend to other things, but most of the times, 90 out of 100%, I'm disciplined and I follow those timetable religiously every day. It is very, very important. You must incorporate that into your working plan, because scoring 300 plus, like I said earlier, it's um it's very simple if only you be able to follow the strategies and you are determined. Don't forget where we started from. You are determined, and one of the things determination will also do for you is to follow it religiously by disciplining yourself. Now, let me talk about past questions. Sincerely, there's no new questions anywhere. And what I think helped me really well was that I was able to utilize and maximize the use of past questions. And when I talk about this, I've over the years as a tutor, I've used it for my students, and sincerely, it worked for them. Sincerely, it worked for them. Past questions, there are no new questions. They only change those questions. They only form it in a new way. So the thing is that once you read your textbook, you use your past question to solve. So after using your past question, now year by year, after solving your past question, you see that in the following year, you see questions that are actually remodeled. Before I scored my 316, I was able to maximize the use of past question. Sincerely, it was one of the things that helped me. I scored 97 over 100 in my physics. And after studying each day, I reach out to my past question, because it is the past question that will reveal to you the kind of exam you want to do. So that's why past question is very, very much important. And one of the things past question is important for is that no new question. Nobody is ready to set new questions. Previous questions are only remodeled. And if you check through your past questions very well, you see that in a particular year, a question might be asked in in form of words, and then in the following year you see that they bring diagrams about those questions again. So they are only remodeled, they are repackaged. The more you solve past questions, the more you get used to the way Jamb sets their questions. There's something important for you to know before you bring in your past question: the Jamb syllabus. Sincerely, you don't need to disturb yourself, and that's why I'm saying that if you will follow all these things religiously, sincerely, you are going to score 300 plus, and it's going to look like a magic. Syllabus, Jamb have yearly syllabus that they release. Now you need to just go to that syllabus, download it online. Jamb is going to release it, download it online, and once you download it, follow them religiously by looking out the topic in your textbook. So once you can print it out. This is what I do. You can print it out. After printing it out, once you study, you mark it out so that you can also discipline yourself and what check your progress day by day before your exam comes. So by the time you are doing that, you'll be feeling so um excited, because you are making progress. And when solving past questions too, before even checking the answers, make sure you grade yourself, because it is very, very exciting, and those are the things that I use to grade myself. Because when I read something in my textbook, I want to check if really I've known and understand it. And then I will check my past question. Even before checking the answers, I will check my past questions, check if I'm able to solve this particular question on what I've read. If I'm able to solve it, I'll be happy. If I'm not able to solve it, I'll look at how it was solved in the past question. I'll go back to my textbook to gain more understanding, then I'll come back to it. Past questions are very, very beautiful and useful, but if you are not using it the right way, it's not going to yield results for you. Now, another way to also use past question is that when you want to read a particular topic, most times, sometimes you might not feel like reading. And I also experienced this during my own time when I was preparing. Before I scored 316. And what happened is that I don't like it in a way when I solve past questions and I don't get it. I I ate myself during those times. So before reading any topic at all, if I don't feel like reading, you can also use this technique. If you don't feel like reading, I take up my past questions, I try to solve it. Even though I've not read it before, I'll just try to solve it. So if I don't know how to solve it, it triggers me to go and read my textbook. That okay, I believe that if I should read this textbook, I'm going to get it. So now, because I've solved those questions and I was not able to get it, so anytime I'm reading and I see a particular question or a particular aspect that I've solved before in my past question and I didn't understand it, I will be so much I will have a high span of attention. It really works for me. It really worked for me, sincerely. You can also try it out. Carry your past question. Anytime you don't feel like reading, just carry it and try to solve some questions. If you are not able to solve it, particularly for me, anytime I'm not able to solve questions, I'm not always satisfied. I'm not always happy. So what I will do is that I will be angry at that point in time. So it will trigger me to go and carry my textbook, and sincerely I will have an 100% attention at that particular point in time. So that's another way, that's another technique of reading your book and making sure you are disciplined over time before your exam come. And sincerely, don't forget, active reading is very, very important. When you read per day, try to go on and on, revise each day, revise on what you have done, revise on what you have done. There are some techniques too that I use. Sincerely, if you hear me now, you might think it's always funny when I tell students. I stand as a teacher at times when I wake up or anytime. It's part of my determination, and it is really what have helped me to really move spontaneously from 206 to 316. That's massive. So what I do is that sometimes I just wake up in the morning, I'll just address the air or maybe my mirror or anything. I want to recap what I've really read before. Maybe I can still remember. So those are the things that I do most times. That okay, so anything I don't remember, I try to look out for it again in my textbook. Okay, I think I missed it here, I missed it here, I missed it here. Genuinely, genuinely. And it's very important that you also have friends that also you have friends that want to write Jamb. Check from them, reach out to them. And anytime you reach out to your friends, challenge them, tell them you can teach them. Teaching is also an active part of making sure you are having an effective study, because when you want to explain, you can only explain what you really understood. And it was one of the checkpoint I had for myself then. Anytime I just feel like, okay, let me explain this thing to you, or my friend comes to me now, okay, do you understand this? And I also, even though I don't understand at that point in time, I feel that okay, I don't need to deceive myself. I just need to go back. So all those things and many more are the things that always trigger me to make sure I read more and to make sure I check myself. They are checkpoints for me to also see that okay, I think I want to score 300 plus in my exam. And lo and behold, few days to my exam, about 1 week to my exam, I was able to wrap up using the syllabus, past questions, and my textbook. I was able to check my loopholes, and I was able to um revise and all. Now, talking about Jamb in particular, when you want to study and when you are studying and when you are solving your past question, it is important. You are doing 4 subjects in Jamb. There is always a particular subject that you know that this one is your strength. This one, you are not really good at it. Yeah, it happens. I told you earlier that I scored 97 in physics. So that's to tell you that I was able to maximize my physics effectively. And it was my highest score, 97 over 100. That was 2020. And sincerely, then I saw physics every day. Physics every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. I solve past questions, reach out to textbook, past question, reach out to textbook. Why? Because I love physics. So I don't need to waste more time on understanding it as such. Once I read it, I grab it quickly. So it's my strength. So I decided to be doing it every day. At least I spend 2 3 hours max on it every day. but I still have my major subjects. For example, this is it. I study, if I have chemistry today, I can study chemistry for like 7 hours, but I'll still make sure I do physics for maybe like 2 hours, or at least at worst 1 hour, because it's what I enjoy. So it's just like I'm having a leisure. So do you get? So I do it every day. So that's my strength. So anything, any subject you really like and you are really good at and is going to maximize your score, please give it maximum attention to. It is very important also that you have community of like-minded people that are also writing Jamb, and so you come together, you test yourself, write tests together, set tests for yourself, and for those of you that can teach, make sure you also volunteer to teach, so that it can also trigger you to learn more and to study more, so that you can be able to explain, because you can only explain what you know. So this and a lot more will help you to do well and make sure you understand the in-depth of how the mechanics of scoring 300 plus works in each subject. So it will help you a lot. So sincerely, if you can follow all these methods, all these analysis and strategies I've listed, it is very sure that you are going to score 300 plus. Make sure you follow them religiously. Like I said earlier, it is not really hard to score 300 plus in Jamb. It's just that those strategies that are needed to score it, you've not followed it religiously. So if you can follow it, you can score 300 plus. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please subscribe and press the like button, and make sure you also share to your friends that wants to score 300 plus in Jamb, your like-minded communities, and you can follow the strategies, and I'm rest assured that you are going to score 300 plus as you follow them. Thank you. See you in the next episode. Bye.